Okay, this is Dawn of Spirit. So I went ahead and had to start recording again. This is becoming a pattern. So I ended up with 4 cards. Like the last 2 just jumped out together. And so we have 4 cards this week. The first one is the 7 of Wands. So the wands are about the like internal growth, spiritual aspects of life. This guy's very defensive. He's holding that wand. He's got a solid base of support. You know, his feet are apart, solid foundation, and he's defending himself. He's holding that up in a stance that he's ready to fight for himself, which the 7 of Wands is about. That feeling defensive and feeling like you're on guard. And that's okay. You know, some people don't think that's a bad thing. I don't necessarily see it as bad. I feel that it's more about holding your ground and standing up for yourself kind of thing. So the first part of the week, something may come at you that you need to just plant your feet and defend. Stand your ground. Be aware of your surroundings and stand your ground and stand up for yourself and for your beliefs and for your internal yourself. And that's all I know to say about that card. Then we have the World. So looking at this card, there's a lot going on here. It's very feminine to me, just because the woman, and she's just kind of draped with the cloth. It's about the circle. It's about life. It's about the cycle of life. It's about attaining yourself. You know how she's just kind of floating. So you've reached that level of enlightenment and completion. And so you've attained that ability to rise above and celebrate your life. So it's almost like that completeness, something's going to come to an end. Some cycle is going to stop, and you're going to have that ability to rise above it and celebrate. And remember the lessons that you learned in this cycle and take it to the next. Yeah, so whatever you were standing up for, you held your ground, you stood up for it, and you're going to rise above, and you've reached the next level by doing that. Your spiritual growth, the first part of the week, you've got some major spiritual growth going on, and you just need to be true and stand up for that, and it will all work out. Okay, so then we have the Queen of Swords, and let me talk about each one, and then I'm going to put it together, because the Queen of Swords and the Hermit, they fell out of my shuffle at the same time. So the Queen of Swords, queens are creators. Again, another feminine, to me, it's very feminine. So she's sitting on her throne. She's got her sword. She's straight. She's looking. She's very confident, very sure of herself. And that hand, it's like she's talking to someone. And she's just like, look, this is how it is. So, which, you know, the Queen of Swords, she's one that they say she's very intelligent, very communicative, but can be very cold, which she uses that sword rather, to just cut through all the bullshit. She doesn't want to listen to it. And that's that maternal side. She's just like, whatever, okay, I will hear you out, but I'm gonna call BS and we're going to move on. So she's going to explain to you what you're going to do. This is how it needs to be done. This is what you need to do. She's going to create the next chapter, because you just finished your cycle. So now here it is. She's like, okay, this is what you do. Listen to me, and everything will be fine. So this is all about lessons, power, ideas, and communicating what you want. So, speak it into existence. So she's very calm, she's very collected, she's very confident. She's sitting on her throne. This is what I want. This is what's going to happen. Just period. I mean, there's nothing else to say, right? So then you have the Hermit that came with her when I was shuffling. So the Hermit is about, he's a very, it's depicted as a man. And you have your feminine, you have your masculine, and they have to complement each other. And it is a masculine, but it's more of a parental figure to me, the Hermit. And I think it's because he's, got his cloak on and his head is down, and he's very meditative. He's very thinks before he speaks, where the Queen just kind of, there it is. He will think before he speaks. And he will be very conscious of what he says and what he speaks and how it affects everything. He has a wisdom, an all-knowing presence to me. So, and I think the Hermit, he has his staff, his walking stick. He has his light that illuminates his path. So he doesn't even have to look. He just uses his inner consciousness to know the path he needs to take. So the two of them together, the Queen of Swords and the Hermit together, this is what I see. Have the confidence to say, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is how I'm going to get it. And stand up for it. With the wisdom and the knowledge that comes from listening to your intuition and your inner self. If you don't listen to that inner self, if you're not true to yourself, it doesn't matter what you're saying. So check in with yourself and have that inner peace and that inner wisdom to where you don't even have to look. You speak it into existence and then you do it. You follow your intuition and it happens for you. Don't second guess it. Just trust. Trust the universe that what you speak will come to pass. If you listen to your intuition. If you don't listen to your intuition, it's not going to work. So this week, I think, stand up for yourself. Be true to yourself. Cycle will end. You'll rise above. Now it's on to the next thing. Look inside. What do you want? What do you need? Meditate on it and then go for it. Speak it into existence and then have the faith to follow what you speak into existence. Don't speak it and then go back and say, oh no, I can't do that. No, if you're going to speak it into existence, you're going to do it. So trust the Hermit. Trust yourself and it will come to pass. Yep, that's what I see. Okay, So it looks like it should be a good week. And this has been Dawn of Spirit, and I will see you next week. Thank you.